yourself, what jumpers do you like to wear? What jumpers do you like to wear? You don't need a jumper, do you? Because you've got a lovely fluffy coat. I do really like this. What do you guys think? Do you hate it? Good morning, friends. Today we're going to be talking about my cozy autumn/winter wardrobe in terms of my jumpers and my jackets, outerwear, rain jackets, etc. Now, I've thrifted a lot of these, but I also have had some handed down to me, and also I bought some, so I want to share all of this with you guys today. So it's actually been a while since I told you guys to grab a cup of tea, but since we're having a super cozy video today, grab that cup of tea and let's just get straight into those winter warmers. As you can see, my tea is behind me. It's still a little bit hot, so I'm gonna leave that to cool down a bit. This is my favorite tea that one of my really good friends, Moko, gave me. It's kind of like a brown rice and green tea, and it is delicious. Today's Vlogmas day 4, but to be honest, my life is not that interesting today, so I thought I would bring you just a really cozy video all about my jumpers and my outerwear. I forgot to bring out some of the ones that I had last year, so I'm going to be talking about them today. I actually thrifted this yellow, you can't really see it, this yellow jumper yesterday, or jacket, whatever, and it is so warm and I really wanted to share it with you guys again. But let's start with, which side should we start from? Maybe we'll start from the dark side and we'll start with jackets and coats, and then we'll head on into those super warm, cozy jumpers. So, of course, I have my raincoat. I bought this from Stutterheim like 4 years ago, and I did save for quite a long time to buy it because it is quite expensive. But I've had it for, I think maybe 5 years now actually. I've had it for a long time and it's really stood the test of time. And I decided to buy a really classic kind of simple raincoat that I knew I was going to love for a long time and that I knew would last me, and I just absolutely love this rain jacket. It's super helpful in terms of keeping me wet, in terms of keeping me dry, and it's big enough and it's like a big, I just absolutely love it, and it's got a great hood and it buttons up really high, and you can fit a nice cozy jumper underneath it as well because it's not the warmest, even though it is the best rain jacket I've ever had. Okay, the next thing is actually a puffer jacket that I thrifted maybe 2 months ago now, maybe 2.5. When I was with Shelby and Jess with Les, they took me thrifting and I found this really cool puffer jacket. I've seen them everywhere, but obviously I didn't want to buy a new one, but I found this one for $20 and it's been so great. So I love this jacket because it's just incredibly warm. It's also nice and short, and it just, yeah, I love it. It's a great jacket and I thrifted it, so I'm feeling good about that. It also makes me feel a little bit cooler and a little bit more like on trend, which is always a nice thing. The next one is a jacket that my mum actually bought me for Christmas. It's got to be about 2 or 3 years ago now, and because I've really tried to keep it really nice and clean, I always hang it up, and I get it dry cleaned maybe once a year actually at this like eco-friendly one called Blank Living. I tend to not dry clean things, I only ever get them done if it's a special care jacket, and because I've done it once a year, you guys might be being like, oh my god, I can't believe you dry clean. Or you might be the other way, like, I can't believe you only do it once a year. But I specifically go to this eco-friendly place in London just to kind of keep up the coat so that I never have to buy a new one unless it's kind of really falling apart. But I love it because it makes me feel a bit smarter. It also makes me feel like I can have a long jacket instead of just a short one as well, and just, I know it's going to keep me warm, and it's just a really good all-round jacket that makes me feel super warm and cozy in the winter. And the final jacket is actually the yellow one that I bought yesterday. I am in love with this jacket. As you guys know or can tell, I really don't wear that much colour because I am not a stylish person. I just kind of like to wear simple things and just, you know, just to be on the safe side and make sure that everything like goes with each other. But I saw this yellow jacket and I was immediately drawn to it, and I was talking to the woman who owns the shop in Maybole, and she was saying like it's just such a great jacket, and I was like, I knew it. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it. And again, it was £20, but it is like a vintage jacket, so it's not like going to a thrift store in the US where everything's like I think a lot cheaper. It's more of a kind of specialist vintage pre-loved shop in East Dulwich in London, and I highly recommend it. I found so many good things there, like a dress that I bought from there secondhand for a wedding that I went to, and then I used it for a christening, and I also used it for a Marie Claire event. So I got a lot of use out of the secondhand items I bought from there, and I love this yellow jacket so much. I'm going to be wearing it all winter and probably all the way into spring, and then of course next year as well. So that's all my jackets. I also have this windbreaker style jacket that well, it's not really a jacket, it's like a pullover and that you zip up. I think it's actually an older man's golfing thing that I bought, I think maybe 4 years ago now in the US, like in a thrift shop. It's like $10 I think, maybe even $5. And I love it to cycle in, especially in the winter, because I can wear a jumper underneath and then wear it over the top because it zips up quite high, and it's so good because I live on a hill, guys. So cycling down a hill in the middle of winter when I'm going to the gym it's painful. It's painful to say the least. It is cold, okay? It is cold. So having a windbreaker over my jumper just makes it so much easier. And also I just really like it. Again, it's green, so I don't really use that much color. So it's quite nice to have something just to add into my cupboard. Okay, now genuinely everything else is a jumper. Ralphie's going back to his bed. So the next one is this really nice fluffy blue jumper, and it used to be my mum's, but unfortunately she shrunk it a couple of years ago, and she was going to throw it out, so I rescued that from her. And I love this jumper. It's super warm, especially because my gym is a warehouse, so it gets really cold in the winter, and it's just so cozy for hiking or for going to just being in my gym. Even being at home, it's super cozy, and I just love how fluffy it is, and it's really thick, and I was very happy to acquire that jumper. The next one is a cardigan. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It was my granny's, and she bought it, God, it must be like 20 years ago or something. And I remember I lived with her for a couple of months a few years ago, and I just kept telling her how amazing it was, and she just gave it to me. And she said, well, she's quite morbid, but she was, she was quite like, well, you're gonna get it anyway, so you might as well have it now. I'm so thankful that I have it now because it really reminds me of her every time I wear it, and yeah, it's really special to me, and it just reminds me of her kind of like really dark sense of humor, but how kind of vivacious she was in life as well. The next one is a jumper that I thrifted recently that you guys have seen me wear in so many videos and so many Instagram posts. And it's because I want to show you guys that wearing outfits more than once or just hundreds of times is so normal. For people to wear an outfit once or twice is just like the ultimate disrespect and devaluing of the labor and the work that has gone into these beautiful clothes. And yeah, I thrifted it. Yeah, it was $3, but that doesn't mean I don't really value that jumper. I also absolutely love the pattern. Some people hate it, and that is perfectly fine. It makes me laugh because it's like, in some ways it is ugly, but I absolutely love it, and I'm gonna wear it so much, and it just adds some of this kind of androgynous look that I sometimes, most of the time, go for. The next one is super similar to the other one, but it's just like a lighter version. And I got this a couple of years ago as well, thrifting. And again, it was only a couple of dollars. As you can see a theme, I love thrifting these kind of like old man jumpers. I just find them so cozy and so warm, especially at this time of year. I also have 2 Patagonia fleeces that I did not thrift. I did buy these new, but I did think about it for a really long time because I wanted to have a really warm kind of fleece that was really kind of dedicated to outdoors and like hiking and things like that and camping, because me and my boyfriend have started doing so much of that over the last couple of years, and obviously I'm only going to buy it from a company like Patagonia that are actively doing positive things for the world and so cozy, and I just honestly love it. I have this grey one that I still have not covered the Pepsi logo on, which is really bad, but I tend not to wear this out of the house or out of the gym too much. And I bought this because it was during a time where I'd put on like 10 kilograms, and I wasn't quite sure why my body had changed so much, and I was really stressed, I was quite depressed, I was eating out a lot, I wasn't really taking care of my body, and when I bought this jumper, it just made me feel fine, it made me feel normal. It made me feel like 10 kilos like it doesn't matter, you're going through a stressful time and really your value is not on your weight. So if you wear this jumper, you enjoy this jumper, you feel good in this jumper, then the rest of it doesn't really matter, and it helps you to bring your stress down and feel less like, oh my god, what has, you know, changed that my body has changed so much. And I know it's just a really simple jumper and you might be like, I don't really understand, Umi. But it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things. I bought it and I felt instantly like, I feel comfortable in this and I want to feel comfortable in this and I really like it. The next one is actually a Michigan rugby jumper, which was my boyfriend's when he was at university. It's funny like when I wear this now because I'm like, how did this ever fit you? Because it's so small. And I remember, because I met him when I did my year abroad at the University of Michigan and he studied there and he played rugby, and I remember thinking like, this is a really cool jumper, but it's only like 3 years into our relationship that he was like, okay, it doesn't fit me anymore, like you can have it. So I really like to wear that, just kind of to remind me of him because we're in a long distance relationship, or just, you know, cozy to sleep in, or sometimes I do wear it to the gym as well. I love this time of year because I love being cozy. I just love just being warm and like near people and like cuddling your animals and your partners and your friends and your family, and just drinking lots of tea and mulled wine and hot chocolate with Baileys. There's a vegan Baileys, guys. Can you actually believe it? I'm gonna be doing a whole video on Christmas drinks. I'm loving Vlogmas, guys. Yesterday I was stressed because I was like, this vlog is terrible. But now that I'm talking about cozy jumpers, I'm honestly in the best mood. And I really hope that you guys are as well. God, I've forgotten about my tea. Jesus. Also, fear not, I am going to be doing a video about my hair. About how I style it, how I wash it, all the curly hair things. If you even care about that. Anyway. Thank you for watching Vlogmas Day 4. I know it's not a vlog, but believe me guys, you're gonna be thankful that it was not a vlog. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're getting as feeling as Christmassy as I am. So, see you tomorrow guys. Bye.